few different Dans.
Yeah. He keeps warm and keeps us all balanced.
Is it much colder in the front row?
Oh, the seat is like the coldest.
I don't know about that. I think Taya's seat is the
It's been an
coldest.
argument.
I mean, like, to be fair, our seat's like 3 feet apart.
Yeah, but
I will
to be fair, the AC unit is like 10
right there.
inches away from Taya.
It's okay, I run hot.
I feel great up
This is
here.
a perfect seat for me.
Okay, good.
If the van
It's a
starts
whole
to
new-
overheat
it's a
and
whole
we
different
put that
climate.
one on, your seat is the worst.
Well, your
Oh my
seat's
goodness.
different temperature.
Yeah.
Every seat is a different temperature.
The pilot
This
chair
van.
is a heated seat. It's nice.
That's amazing.
People earlier were requesting special Nautilus blankets and to keep warm because we were talking about how cold it was. I'll say in your spot during my H12 watch, Greta was clothed in an astonishing 7 layers of clothing. She was a fellow sock, a pair to Daniel's sock.
Yeah. I'm only wearing 3, so.
Look at you.
That explains why Dan looked at my nudibranch onesie and was like, I want to borrow that.
Yeah.
I do have a down jacket that I brought 'cause I had it for the shoot before if anyone needs it.
Oh, wow. That sounds so lovely. Megan, how lovingly and how warm does a nudibranch onesie treat you?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm so toasty right now, so comfy. I don't think I'll have to sit outside and de-thaw after this watch. It's going to be great.
That's amazing. Cute, comfy, cozy.
Uh-huh.
That's the big
Best
3.
of
Perfect.
all the world.
It's a cool little pile of rocks coming
Yeah.
up.
I love a good rock.
Me
Me
too.
too.
And there's more than one here.
There's a lot, yeah.
We're just going to keep improving our rock game as we go
Yeah.
with more biology.
I have to add, when I do turn down the heat, I do feel a little bad. So
I know. You,
I
you
do.
apologize.
It's
I
expected.
do apologize for what I'm putting you through.
Well, now that I'm sitting 2 seats next to where I was sitting on the last cruise, I only have to wear 6 layers instead of 7. So it's quite cozy over here.
Next time I'm gonna bring hand warmers for people.
Oh.
That
I
would be
actually
so
thought about it, but
wonderful.
I didn't think security would let me go through with them since they're like the liquid ones.
Oh, I was thinking the other kind. On one shoot I wore hand warmers and toe warmers,
Oh,
Oh, nice.
which they just tape to your socks and then you put them in your boots.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Or just where I live, it's really popular to have a bouillotte or a hot water bottle.
Oh yeah,
And
I love those.
yeah, we have like 3 at our home, so I should have just brought mine. That would be a really good addition to the van.
The other thing you can get is like heated vests or heated gloves. And they're like, you can recharge them. They've just got a little battery in them, and those are great.
That sounds cool.
Next time I come out, I'll have a heating blanket.
I would recommend the vest.
I kind of like the analog feel of a hot water bottle.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about electronic heating devices.
You would feel differently if you're like camping in -40.
Oh, I'm sure I feel differently.
Your morals or your stance on things change a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I would camp in -40. That sounds outside of my
That's not even positive.
comfortable. So
Like, what are you talking about?
that's not even a temperature. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't people at that university in Alaska take pictures in bikinis when it turns -40?
Yeah, that's probably in Fairbanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tradition.
Wow.
I mean, I guess it's relative.
I mean, after about -20, it all starts
Yeah.
to feel pretty much the same. It hurts.
It just hurts.
Yeah, and I've seen some videos of people doing like ice swimming.
Yeah, my dad's super into that.
Oh
He
my
does it every single
gosh.
day.
Yeah, that's super fun. It's really refreshing.
It's
Oh,
really
Oh, you
good
like
for
that
you.
too? Where do you do that? Because you live in Florida, don't you?
I do, yeah. We just do a lot of ice baths at home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
No, I've heard ice cold or ice shock or whatever it's called has good health properties or something like that. But
Yeah, it
must
stimulates your brown fat growth so you can regulate your body temperature a lot better.
oh wow.
Wow. So how often do you do that, Taya?
Kind of whenever I get the chance. I don't know. A
Yeah.
couple times a week, maybe.
Oh, wow.
It's not that hard once you get used to it. The hands
No,
are the
it
worst.
definitely
But
gets
after
better.
that,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Wow.
I like browsed over an article the other day that said about like sitting in a sauna 3 to 4 times a week also helps. Like it's really healthy for you too. So I don't know. It's like the flip.
Yeah, usually like
Extreme
we
temperatures.
have like a banya at our house, and we go from that like a steam room into the ice,
Wow.
and then you like go back and forth.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a sauna kind of person. I sauna about 3 times a week.
Oh,
It's,
wow.
it's so nice.
It's
That's-
really nice.
That's amazing.
The Falcor has a sauna.
What?
What?
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm jealous.
That's cool.
I guess if you go down on the windshield, it's kind of like a sauna.
Yeah. There are definitely places on the ship that are like a
that
sauna.
could be saunas.
Just need some essential oils.
I mean, there's oils. I
Yeah.
don't know how it's, and
They're
they are
not-
essential.
I walked myself into that.
Sarah and I brought the waste mineral oil down to the engine room the other day in the ROV shop. I came back drenched.
Oh wow.
This is
It's
really
very hot down there.
Yeah.
This is really a 12 to 4 a.m. watch. For most people probably tuning in, it is not midnight to 4 a.m., so bear with our silliness. We're almost at waypoint 7, which is the peak of this little cone on the side of a seamount that we recently mapped. And we are heading up slope. We've been diving for about 18 hours or so. And yeah, we're really excited to get up to this feature. Often at the tops of seamounts or features that we've been diving on, we've seen a lot of
I'm gonna come up a little bit quicker at this big feature here.
biodiversity and abundance of life, because they're pretty well positioned within the currents to feed, and they have great substrate to live on. So we're taking some nice
Yeah, this
zooms.
part's pretty steep.
Yeah.
It's very steep. Haven't seen any of those yellow corals that we're after, but
No yellow yet.
no yellow, lots of pink.
I feel like as soon as you start
Black.
looking for something,
I know, right?
Yeah.
then
No,
suddenly
it's like,
not
oh,
there.
here are the things we want. And
And
like, oh, I see everything except for those things.
Yeah.
I gotta zoom a bit.
Yeah,
Get out
but
ahead.
the previous watch had said they had seen tons of these yellow corals and they really wanted one, so we should try to find one. But I guess we just passed over that little
spot that had
little
them.
biogeographic spot that had them, so.
Oh, there's the octopus!
Oh my
There it is! Called it.
Stop the boat.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's get
Courage,
some
Nav.
good zooms.
Not quite at waypoint 7, but
You know what? We'll
Fantastic.
take it.
Beautiful.
Can we
Position.
turn the lasers off, please?
Yep, you can push in there.
All right, I'm going in.
We've all been waiting for this.
This is the
Wow.
moment.
We manifested
We've
this.
channeled it.
What kind of octopus is this?
This is a Dumbo
This is
octopus.
a Dumbo,
It's the
yeah.
first time for me.
I'm shaking. It's like meeting a celebrity. Hello.
It might be a vampire squid. You see the
What?
underside
That
of
would be
the
cool.
tentacles?
Yeah, it looks kind of the head looks a bit thinner than what I normally see for Dumbos.
Yeah, well, it's
And
not
the tentacles-
Grimpatusis.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
So beautiful.
So graceful.
Oh, don't
I'm
hate
so
me,
glad
but
we
I do
manifested
have to
this for
move up.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Jake, I gotta go up a little bit.
Yep, come up.
Thank you.
Yeah, Atlanta's going to keep moving, so.
Ooh.
Let's see where I'm at now.
I'm going to zoom in a bit more, Jake, if that's all right.
Roger.
You're actually closer to Atlanta than it looks.
I was just reading a book about cephalopods this morning, and I'm speechless, actually.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
definitely the coolest thing we've seen so
Oh
far.
my gosh.
Very, very grateful, very lucky.
Amazing.
Thank you for this blessing.
We at the very beginning of the watch, we're talking about how at the top we would see our octopus.
Well, we just hit this feature.
So we thought we might see two. So maybe that, but we're not going to be greedy. That's another lesson we learned.
All right.
Yep. That's it. It's coming up more.
I hope they have a friend somewhere cheering them on as they give us such an amazing display of their skill and their beauty.
Yeah,
Wow.
very graceful,
Coming up.
moving through the water.
We need to say we're going to see things more often.
Right?
Yeah,
I can't believe that worked.
fantastic.
Okay, now for the shark.
All right. I think I'm.
And then the whale.
Yes.
On the blue water, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sperm whale,
On the same
right?
dive.
Oh, that was so good.
That was so cool.
That was great.
Thank you for those excellent zooms and
Yes.
piloting. That was fantastic.
If I could high five you from here, Jake, I would.
I guess you.
Yeah. How cool.
That was so fun.
Yeah. Well, we've got 40 minutes to go 250 meters.
Awesome.
Oh, actually, 215 meters.
That sounds doable.
I think we can definitely do it.
Yeah. Based on the pace we've been taking.
We could actually probably slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get.
Just,
yeah, you don't need to slow down, Jake.
Yeah.
You can keep going. But
I think just if we do get to the top
I
and we
think
end
we'll
up,
slow our moves to 0.3.
Yeah.
Now that we're on a feature, and make shorter jumps.
Yeah, we got some time. Might as well.
That way
Slow
we
it down.
can, yeah, if we see another like cool thing,
yeah. And if we get to the top and we see a lot of cool things, then it'll be nice to have a little bit of time to
yeah.
look around and
And we keep, still
Yes,
keep
for our
moving,
next
but we'll
octopus.
pace ourselves. Yeah.
Or shark.
sounds
sure.
good.
We're not picky.
Good balance. They do, yeah. Yeah.
It's been a good night.
That's a nice, beautiful sponge. We do a quick zoom.
Yeah. Push in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a sac of calyx.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Lost in the sponge.
That texture. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's squishy. It feels like you could go on an adventure inside the sponge.
Would you sleep inside this sponge?
Someone
Yeah,
is.
with that little tiny Levius.
Aw.
I think you're off.
If I was a shrimp, I would definitely sleep in a sponge.
I think an adventure here is definitely a Miss Frizzle one for the Magic School Bus.
Definitely.
Inside a sponge, I would watch that episode.
Come on.
Yep.
It's good.
Okay.
Want to zoom that sternostylus?
Yeah.
I don't know, I just really like these ones.
Push in for a zoom.
Yeah, let's zoom on that.
What a position.
They just hang
Just
out.
hanging upside down on
Yeah.
the coral,
Imagine if that was your life.
on the cliff.
Seems like a really nice one.
Oh,
This is a squat lobster?
Yep.
It is.
Why are they called that?
Because their tail tucks underneath their body. So a crab tail is like reduced and it is tucked underneath the body permanently, whereas a lobster usually has the tail all the way out. But this one has their tail curved under, and if it extends it, it looks like a lobster.
all right,
And
come
that's
on.
why they call it a squat lobster. Yeah, if you eat them, then they're called langostino.
Oh no, I have. I've heard that name, but thank you for that insight.
The squat lobsters?
Yeah.
Oh. Is there sort of a fishery for them? The deep sea ones?
Not deep sea ones.
Oh,
no,
okay,
shallow.
okay.
It would be really hard to catch deep sea squat lobsters.
Yeah.
Like the only ones that you could really get, I think, would be that big Munidopsis, that big white one that Dan tried to catch with the net, and it just kept swimming away. Because those ones are beta tending, and they'll come.
Cool.
And
It's a big coral.
It's a very
Oh,
tall
yeah.
coral. You can see it in the Atalanta.
it's like this top of this little feature is crowned with a massive bamboo coral. Yeah. Can we get a zoom of some of the branches?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I do not want to update my Windows. Thank you. Excuse me.
Push in there.
It's like, do you want to restart your computer right now? I'm like, no, I'm using it. So well, we won't know where we are.
So why is it important to get like a close-up of the polyps?
I'm actually looking at where the coral is branching
Mm-hmm.
to see if the branching points are happening at nodes or internodes. By nodes, I mean the little black bands of proteinaceous material that occurs between the long calcite bone pieces of the skeleton. So this one is branching internodally, so branching on the bony spots, not the flexible spots.
Come wide, I'll frame up a still shot.
Yeah, that's the reason why we call it bamboo, is because of the way the skeleton comes together. If you definitely look at the base of this coral, you really see that sort of bamboo-like shape.
Could we also get a zoom on that squat lobster?
Sure.
Those are some
As
great
big as the
shots.
ROV.
I'm slightly zoomed in on Atalanta. Let me know if you want me to pull back out.
You can push in on the squat lobster.
Okay.
So this is the same sternostylus that we saw on the black coral. And now that you see it from the side, you can see how the tail is tucked underneath the body. But you see the sort of lobster tail-ish tail that it has.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess previously had always thought that it just had a very short body, but now I see that it's like folded over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come wide.
Great.
Yep.
It's at the base. Thing's massive.
Yeah, this bamboo coral is very, very old. It's probably, I'm trying to look at the lasers, but it looks like almost 5 centimeters thick at the base. So thinking multiple hundreds of years old. Oh, maybe it's almost 10.
Yeah, I was interested in getting a good zoom on that squat lobster for our scientist ashore, Steve Oskovich. He was kind of curious to look at a few of these squat lobsters, and
Yeah, there's a bunch of them on there.
yeah, he confirmed for sure sternostylus, so that's cool. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a few different species of squat lobsters throughout our dive today.
Yeah. Alright. Said that there might be a Munidopus on the backside. Munidopus.
Munidopsis?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are very distinctive, the white ones. Bridge nav.
So we got a question. What are some of your thoughts, and this is just for the room, what are some of your thoughts as you kind of approach the summit of a seamount? Is there sort of like a sense of accomplishment knowing that you and so many of your colleagues on your ship have kind of contributed to the sort of exploration and the learning of that these landscapes can offer? So what are some of your feelings? How do you feel?
Ooh, well, I don't know. I think for me personally, I think summits can be really interesting, but I think all sorts of parts of a feature can be really interesting, down from the base of a seamount or deep down in trenches and at the tops of these seamounts as well. So I think, you know, we're not going to reach the very summit of this seamount, actually. We're reaching the summit of a little cone just to the northeast side of this flat-topped seamount. But I think all of our dives are quite an accomplishment in the sense that we've mapped previously unmapped features and surveyed and characterized environments that are new to humans and new to all of our eyes. So
Pushing on the sponge there.
I think it's regardless of making it to the top or not, there's a lot to learn from these dives, and we've collected a lot of wonderful samples and video that will teach us a lot about these environments. What do you think, Elsa, and everyone else?
Yeah, I,
Okay.
like May
That's
said,
cool, thanks.
the whole dive actually I think has been pretty good so far. But I am excited to see sort of what might be there at waypoint 7 in the same way that I'm excited to see what's in the next frame of the video. So I do know that as we've talked about before, that if there's certain features that contribute to then current flow, that might affect what kind of organisms are there. So it'll be interesting to see.
I'm always thinking about what's on the other side, or what's even 10 meters over from our transect, right? Like we were just shining a flashlight on a single line going up the seamount, and I'm always curious to kind of see like, or know what it looks like all over the seamount, and if there's kind of variation and changes. And
I'm really proud of us because we've moved 1.5 kilometers in 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yay. Good
Zooming.
work. We're zooming.
Zooming and zooming.
What about you, Taya? What are you most excited to see?
Like over the course of the dive, or?
Yeah. Are you interested in the base, the summit, the whole part? Yeah.
I would say I'm probably most interested in the base. I just really like seeing how life thrives the deeper you go within the ocean, and the adaptations that those animals and everything else can have in order to live in such an intense environment. So I think that's really interesting to see, because obviously you don't really see any other animals like that anywhere else on Earth.
Very cool. Nice. What about you, Sarah?
pushing there on the squat lobster.
I don't know. I just kind of, I'm just excited to keep going, to keep exploring. Like that was the first time I've gotten to see potentially a Dumbo octopus, like while on shift. So I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Super excited, but I don't know. Just curious what's over even like the next few rocks, you know. It's I still, pinch myself being here. So all of it's just really, it's thrilling to be here and to work with all you guys. It's a pleasure. So, yeah.
Favorite seamount is the next one.
Yeah.
So what's next? Where are we going? What are we mapping?
So shout out to Amanda who asked us this question, which was if we were most excited to get to the seamount, or what kind of sense of accomplishment we would feel to get to the summit of a feature. But now we have our resident SCF back, Flodak.
Yeah, I get to, every time she relieves me, I see something really cool.
Oh no!
It was the big fish last time, and yeah. But I was talking to the students, and I heard the commotion, so I shared the camera with them.
Oh, wow.
And they
They
were
got to
like,
see
yeah,
it.
they got
Oh,
to see it. I was
good.
telling them it
And
was
you
a
got
live
to
feed.
see it.
Yeah.
Good.
But I didn't hear what you guys were saying, so I didn't understand what was it.
Well, we thought it was a Dumbo octopus.
Well, it's a type of Dumbo octopus.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Hurl animal guide because I know it's not in the Okeanos, but potential ID is Cerathalma.
Huh. Yeah, that was
So we need you to take a few more interactions during our watch.
Yeah.
that or sing, huh?
Yeah, your singing was the other thing. That, I'm not a superstitious person, but
Just a little stitious.
if you could do it again, I wouldn't say no.
What was the school that you were talking to, or group?
High school. They were learning about physics. Physics. All I got was physics, but yeah, it was a really nice interaction. Their questions were good. They're mostly curious on what the life on ship was like. Also, if there's any accidents that has happened. So I kind of brought up the Hercules when the tether broke. Yeah, which I just learned during this watch. So yeah, it was a good interaction.
Oh, can we zoom the stalk of that crinoid?
Yeah.
Looks funny.
Let's do it.
You push in there.
Yep.
Just trying to see if oh, that's its natural texture. I thought it had an associate. Oh, that's cool.
There's a shrimp.
You're bumpy.
Yeah. Very neat.
Nice.
All right, come
Crinoids
on.
are such cool creatures.
They are.
Long bamboo.
That's a really long one. Wow.
Tempted to go under.
Oh wow, we flew. We're almost
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we're zooming.
Yeah, zooming and zooming.
Another really long whip.
Yep.
Starting to see some more fish too. We've actually seen a lot of fish on this cruise. I think that's what happens when you bring the fish guy. We're almost there. So close.
Very close. Right on time.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go 60 meters. We got this.
Yeah. So for our viewers, we are currently 1,278 meters and slowly climbing up to the top of the seamount, where we're hoping we will get to see some exciting stuff.
Well, this isn't actually the top of the seamount. This is the top of this like cone feature on the seamount. Yeah, the very top of the seamount is at about 980 meters.
Oh,
We weren't going to make it that far on this shorter dive. We would need more time.
I see.
But we really wanted to make it to this feature to see what was here because it was very unique. And we wanted to survey a number of different habitats throughout this dive, which I definitely think we did. Even on just this watch, we saw a bunch of different features, types of substrates, and many different animals.
Yeah, thank you for that. Welcome our viewers from Czech Republic, Netherlands, Poland, Sweden, Italy, Mexico, Russia, Russian Federation, Germany, United Kingdom, Canada, and the US. Everybody in Palau is sleeping, except for us.
So many bathypathies.
I'm going to be right back. 2 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
So are bathypathies a black coral?
They are.
They sort of have the feather-like... Do all of them look like feathers, the bathypathies?
Yeah, all the bathypathies look like feathers. That's the sort of distinctive morphology and how you know it's a bathypathies. The stauropathies can look very similar to a bathypathies, having kind of a similar feather-like appearance, but then they sub-branch.
Oh.
So it looks more like a starburst than a feather. That's one of the ones that we were keeping our eyes out for here, but we haven't been seeing. We've been seeing very consistent bathypathies, chrysogorgia, hemicorallium, anthomastus, trisopathies, and parantopathies, and Narella. But none of the yellow corals that we were trying to keep our eyes peeled for.
Yeah. And the sort of like small white corals we kind of were seeing a little bit earlier.
Yeah, those are the Narella.
Oh, Narella.
Yeah, and then the bamboo corals are the longer, branchier ones.
I actually had a question about the bamboo corals as to why some of the whip-like ones were very straight and then some are very bendy. Maybe we don't know that.
Oh, I don't know. Well, they can also articulate their skeleton. It's very, very flexible.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you could theoretically straighten them all out straight, but the coral can a little bit control its shape because the black nodes are very flexible, which gives the whip its ability to move around very easily.
Interesting.
Oh, there's a yellow one. Yellow coral straight ahead.
This one?
Haha.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that.
We found one. Right in the nick of time.
Number one.
Very satisfying. Just gamify it a little bit.
That's the danger of snip right there.
It's the danger of the telestrator.
Oh. You know, you can also use emojis.
I know.
Don't show us how to do that.
Yeah, I think that was outlawed after
It was.
Someone maybe put too many banjos on the screen.
Too many what?
Banjos.
Oh my gosh.
This sounds like a specific
Push in
incident.
there.
It's not something I would do.
It's so beautiful.
I like how you hooked us in there. That's nice.
That's some extra
Oh, this is definitely a
stabilization.
yellow plexaurid.
Fantastic. Well,
Looks pretty yellow to me.
right at the summit, so
Yeah, right. We're right on the money here.
we're checking off our boxes. So yeah, let's do a sample.
Sample time.
What boxes do we have open?
You have starboard biobox E open, and that's pretty much it.
And is there anything floaty? Did you get any warnings?
I did not get any
cucumbers.
warnings about the starboard one, no.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do that.
All right, can come wide.
We have the black coral and the sponge over there, which
But they're
shouldn't go anywhere.
they're on the inboard smaller boxes.
Yeah.
So E is on the outboard. So
Yeah, so we don't have to open it all the way.
exactly. We'll just keep those covered.
much of a piece are we looking at?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a snip.
Okay.
Oops.
That looks good.
Okay.
See, the fishnet has a face now.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a Lego head.
Yeah, true.
Or the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah.
Make
The
a
little
pieces here.
face.
Yeah.
Can you get a screen grab of that? Get a nice zoom.
Yep, we can push in there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Back wide. Stuff it in the box.
How do I spell that word?
Switch it over.
Switching.
Which word?
Both open the box.
All right, opening it up.
All right, E. It's good there.
Which sample number was this?
This is
All
044.
right,
44.
box closing.
So this plexaurid is likely a paramuricea.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Steve.
Sorry, what comes after N? Thank you. Yeah, we'll do.
All right, it's
All
about
right.
time.
Time to go.
Fantastic. Well, that was a great watch. Now we've got some nice blue water.
Got it, thank you.
Yeah, I heard what comes after N, and I was like,
I don't know why I'm struggling with this, thank you. I'll get it eventually.
rice.
Can turn off auto heading.
Turning off.
We gotta have a ship onboard spelling bee.
Oh, no, thank you.
I do not want to be involved in
Yeah,
that.
me neither.
First round out.
You might as well not even have me try.
On the
All right,
last expedition I did on
coming off
a
bottom.
different ship, off bottom it is. Can go ahead and log that too. Fantastic. Great sample. Great zooming on all fronts.
Good zooming.
Ooh, someone is asking us to shout out their mom. Hi, Nancy Trahan.
Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was going to say that on a couple of expeditions ago on a different ship, we had a spelling bee. And I, to my complete surprise, won.
Whoa. I would have that all over if I won a spelling bee. I'd
That
like,
would
"Hey,
be in
guys."
your bio.
That would be my intro. Like
And
when we introduced ourselves, I'd be like, "Did you know I won a spelling bee?"
I was also very surprised because I was exempt from spelling due to my learning difficulties as a dyslexic student. So I never had to actually spell words, but I won this spelling bee and I got a little shark trophy.
That's amazing.
That's great.
It was 3D printed, as
Even
they
better.
tend to be on ships.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would definitely start with that when we do introductions.
It was. I won the spelling bee. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not. The words were not sea creatures or animals
okay.
though. They
Good.
were words from like the National Spelling Bee
Oh,
training book or
gosh.
something.
I think instead of listing your qualifications at the beginning, like in degrees, you should just say you won the spelling bee.
Yeah, that would be. I should just bring my trophy.
Do you remember your winning word?
Yes, it was chiaroscurist.
Oh,
What?
Kiara Skirist?
Chiaroscurist.
Skirist.
Scurist.
Is that like an art style?
So you're allowed to ask the origin of the word and for the word to be used in a sentence. And I can't remember how it was used in a sentence, but they said the origin was Italian.
Oh, it's
So then I was able to figure it out because it's actually phonetic. And if you know that in Italian the k sound is ch, then you kind of got it. So I think we were allowed to have one mistake, but then on the second mistake you were eliminated. It was like a 3+ hour event.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It was during a bad weather,
I guess, you
like
know,
a couple of days of
what
bad
else are you
weather.
gonna do?
So it was a lot of people were involved, and there was very tough judging. So it was a pretty funny event.
Oh, now that you say that, it's this is coming back to me from an art history class I took
Right,
a while
it's
ago.
an art term, right?
It's chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscurist.
Yeah, chiaroscuro is the style, which is very shadowy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. A chiaroscurist is like an artist who kind of uses the technique of shadows, I believe.
That's awesome.
Which I actually quite like that word. I think it's kind of it's kind of interesting.
Oh, fish. Or
Ooh, what was that? It was moving quite kind of strange.
Yeah.
It looked like it had little legs almost.
I thought it was a halosaur at first,
But then there it
oh,
goes.
There it goes.
It's
Yeah.
got a really, really long trailing piece.
Huh. Strange.
Sorry, I'm just testing out some new controls for this Orion arm.
oh, it's the left hand.
Yeah. It's now programmed to this little stream deck instead of the buttons on the.
Just more buttons.
It's just more buttons. Just
More buttons
different
and
buttons.
Different.
Oh, so you know you can do 2 at a time.
Yeah, it's kind of in a.
I don't know. Well, it'd be better once it's got a joystick.
Yeah.
I I just want to thank our viewers online, 146 that has been with us. So we appreciate you guys. We have about, what, 20 plus hours to our next dive?
The board
Actually,
said 30
yeah.
hours of mapping, but we are going to do a small boat transfer in the morning around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
So-
then we'll be off to the south, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's going to be exciting. So I hope you guys hope you guys are good. Thank you for joining us as we slowly get our Herc and Atlantis back up on boat and continue our transition.
Oh, and then we get to do a Niskin pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
Yeah, so
88 meters. And then we'll have 3 more after that.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you, team.
So
And then I will be collecting it off
Yeah.
Hercules in about an hour.
we'll have about, 40 more minutes or so. So if you have any questions, it's a great time as we're just cruising up in blue water. You have our full attention.
Yeah, so I think it'll be really interesting when we go to the south, because to my knowledge, and I believe Brian said this, but I had also heard it from one of our other scientists, Dr. Pat Cullen, is that there is a current switch that happens in between the main Palau Islands and the Southwest Islands. So instead of being predominantly, I think, east to west, it would switch to west to east. So
Yeah, should be really, really exciting. Really lucky to be able to move around all different parts of Palau and deep waters and see really different environments.
yeah, so interesting fact about the Southwest Islands is that they have a different language than the main Palauan Islands, and it's a lot more similar to our neighbor island of Yap. They're actually closer to Yap than to our main Palauan Islands.
That's what I heard that on last expedition when I was chatting with Imade and
Yeah.
Elani. They said it was yappy.
Yeah. It's so funny because they're, I don't know if anyone else is chronically online, but they have a trend of saying like yapping now for
That's funny.
being talkative. And every time I hear them,
Yep,
like, oh,
don't
that's
talk
so
back.
funny.
Yeah, when they first tried to describe this other language, because I was asking about different dialects in Palau, and they were saying yappy, I thought they were saying yuppie. And then I was thinking, like, are there
yuppies?
yuppies in Palau? I was trying to imagine.
Oh, it's yappies. Yeah.
Yuppies, yeah, exactly.
Shout out to the middle schoolers from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, and a boat transfer just means that a couple of people are getting off the boat and we're going to be transported back to the island. And yeah, you know what's interesting with the Southwest Island language is when I was deployed, we had a guy from the Southwest Islands, we had a guy from Koshrai, and we had a guy from the outer islands of Yap, and they were able to converse.
Triggered.
Are you it just triggered now?
Yep.
Okay.
1,000 meters.
Sample it. Perfect.
Thank you.
Sorry. Just wanted to make sure that was
No,
logged.
it's good. Mission first.
What was the last thing you said? I missed
No,
that.
I was saying, so when we deployed as the Guam Army National Guard, we had different people from the different islands, and it was just interesting because the guy from the Southwest Island, the guy from Koshrai, and a guy from the outer islands of Yap, they were able to converse
Oh wow,
Yeah, using that language. So
interesting.
yeah, it's more of the islands. Pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so a lot of the Micronesian islands all have outer islands, which are sort of farther apart, and then, like Vlodak said, they have similar languages.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was watching or listening to something recently about the study of like the evolution of language and linguistics. It's such an interesting thing to study, and there's one theory I think it's a hypothesis. It's not completely proven to be true that different languages, the way that words are pronounced and sounds are made in a language are really related to how they travel across landscapes and climate.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but there's correlation of certain tones and ways of speaking that kind of work better in different types of climates and biomes. So across the world, even though the languages might be completely different, they might share same tonality and texture, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I love learning like little linguistic facts. Even in English, there's so many like technical terms. I can't remember any off the top of my head, but just like really interesting how like new words even now are coming into our lexicon in English. And even in Palauan, we actually have a group called the Palauan Language Commission, and they are responsible for minting new Palauan words. So one of our newer words is lugelaklangar, and that's the Palauan word for environment. And the root is lugel, which is lug or nest, and then klangar is life, so it's nest of life. Yeah, really
Nesting.
cool.
What was the last part of it? Nesting.
Nest of life. So
Nest of life.
lugel is nest,
Yeah.
and klangar is life. So nest of life.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Another funny one in Palauan is that we have a word that already existed called malidyul, which just means like in the air, and now we use that for the internet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Wait, how is that spelled?
Malidyul.
Yeah.
MELIDIUL, I think. Malidyul.
Yeah, malidyul.
Something like that. We got some questions in the chat. So, Mr. Hunter's science class, if you're listening, you can go to nautiluslive.org and schedule a live interaction with us. So yeah, we can answer all your questions if you would like with your class. So I hope you get the chance to go to nautiluslive.org and sign up for the live interactions. Mr. Hunter's science class is from Navajo Middle School.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I think I'm scheduled for an interaction at 4:30.
Today?
Yeah.
Nice.
That
That's
will
soon.
be my first
Oh no, wait, it's only 3.
interaction of
I'll
this
be there
expedition.
too.
Yeah, me and Sarah.
Dream team.
So I'm hoping Sarah knows how to control the controls.
Oh, so this will be my first one too.
I can show you before you guys
Cool,
get started.
Yeah, Aaron's a pro already.
Yeah.
Oh, but so are you. You could show them. You've done more than me.
Yeah, the studio in here, I had a little chance to see it on the last cruise, but it's so sophisticated.
It's really nice. I
Yeah,
really
I
feel
love
like a
it.
producer when you're changing the cameras and, it's cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
one of us can definitely show you before we head to bed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the chat is talking about the glitch. We have reported the problem, and we are hoping that the shore can fix it. So by our next stream or our next dive, it'll be a lot better. Mateus, thank you for joining us. Mateus, Mattias. Sorry if I butchered your name. Appreciate you guys watching from all over the world. We are currently 820 meters and counting.
Okay.
Got a shout out from Sharon Browning from Geoscience Lab Coordinator at Baylor University. She says she is a fan and she wants us to zoom
Metallogorgia.
There you go. Yeah. Do that for the next one. And Iridorgia.
Yeah, don't worry, we will
Iridogorgia.
see more Metallogorgia. They are very
Yep,
common.
I'm for sure failing this spelling bee.
Deep sea animal spelling.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's hard. It's a hard one.
I'm still amazed how you remember all these scientific names of different things. That's crazy.
I can remember the scientific names of animals, but I really struggle with people sometimes.
Just the basic names.
It can be tough. I struggle with the gap between reading a paper and then pronouncing the words out loud.
Oh yeah, no, that's hard. Or
That's
if you ever
just
read like a sci-fi or fantasy novel and they have the funny names of places, I never pronounce those right. Then you see the movie, you're like, yeah,
That's
okay.
not what I thought it was.
It just means you learned while reading. It's not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing.
I think my mom's class is watching right now. Hi, Mrs. Rainey's class, if you are.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Rainey's class.
Hello.
Are they, what grade are they?
My mom is the elementary librarian,
Oh.
but she does a lot of science in her library, which is really
awesome.
cool.
I love librarians and libraries.
I know, they're the best, aren't they?
Free books.
Yeah.
The library is my favorite.
I was going to say, I feel like you probably spent some time in the library.
Oh yeah, I spent lots of time in the library. I actually still kind of use the library that I grew up with back in Chicago.
Do you?
Yeah.
I was going to ask May what deep sea kids book she was talking about so I could send them along.
Yeah, I was talking about Older Than Dirt, and
Okay.
I was also talking about, trying to think, what was the other? No, the other books I mentioned were not ocean related. Oh, the Mesobot children's book.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's another one.
I'll look that up. It's cool that they're starting to make books for kids about deep sea. I don't remember seeing any deep sea books when I was a kid.
I think it's because of people like us that those things are available. I think there's a book up in the lounge upstairs, or that it's like a children's book about deep sea mapping.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check that out too.
Yeah, there's a couple really cool books down there.
It's yeah, some of the books that are out are really cool. My mom brings them home and then she like reads them before they go into the library. So I'm always like sneaking a peek.
That's great.
But like some of the new ones are so great and the illustrations are beautiful.
There's a lot of effort that goes into children's books.
I was going to say, I think it's a lot harder to write a kid's book than people think.
No, it's definitely harder. And then usually the person writing the story is not the person doing the art.
Yep.
This is not exactly a kid's book. I mean, it's a children's book, but not for really little kids. It's more of like a short novel for young people called Harun and the Sea of Stories by Salman Rushdie.
Okay.
And it's one of my absolute favorites. I think it's really a work of art.
I'm going to completely butcher the spelling on this. Harun,
Haroun.
Haroum.
And the Sea of Stories.
And the Sea of Stories.
It's by Salman Rushdie.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Added to my list.
It's really beautifully written, very poetic, and has a lot of, it's just filled with a lot of meaning, but kind of playful.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things is like exchanging book titles with people. You always find such gems.
I haven't had a chance to check out the ones you guys recommended earlier, but I definitely will.
Yeah.
Is this a...
Oh yeah, might be a siphon. It's hard to tell.
May, you mentioned 2 books, right? Oops. Shout out to Chris. Thank you for watching. To people from Brazil. Yeah, the water is dark and blue. It is actually not that dirty. It's pretty clear. We have a lot of things flying around. Hello to San Francisco and everybody who has been still tuned in, watching us ascend, bring Hercules up to the top.
Wonder if it's like listening to a podcast a bit, but just one that doesn't have quite the focus.
Yeah, well, this guy Chris, he says, I'm a retired TV director over 35 years. Really enjoying watching and listening to your streams. It reminds me of the headset chatter from those days. Really like your video feeds. I have them up in my personal control room while working. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Chris.
That's pretty cool. Personal control room?
Yeah, personal control room.
That's pretty cool. When's the next Niskin?
500 meters.
Nice.
Alright, we are currently at 623 meters. Slowly coming up. So we're taking samples of eDNA at the 1,500 LC?
Yeah, so on Herc, there are 6 Niskin bottles, and sort of our predetermined depths are to take one as soon as we reach the bottom, or to 2,500 meters, whichever is closer, and then 1,000 meters, 500 meters, 250 meters, and then 100 meters. And then we also are taking Niskin samples from the surface every time we deploy the ROVs into the water. So getting a representative sample of the whole water column for the environmental DNA or eDNA.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Niskin triggered.
That control radio check. Roger, read you the same. We are just passing 500 meters.
Drag. Drag.
Oh, well, let me turn that off.
Is that new software for the EK80?
Uh-huh.
I like it. It's a lot better.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Haven't seen that. It's cool. Nice.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, just talking to her. Oh, okay. It's an A and B conversation. I'll see my way out.
I've got the, now I'm on SPL. I've got the
Okay.
secret so I can talk to people without anyone eavesdropping.
You see, I was like, ah.
Yeah, no problem.
Who? Okay. Yep, I can do that. Let's just. You tell me what I gotta do and I'll do it. Mm-hmm.
Tell me. Fantastic. I love it. Silly donut. It's lemon flavored.
All right, triggered.
Sweet.
And then we do one more at 100.
That's right.
All right. Bridge now. We can go ahead and start tracking line forward at 0.3 knots. Awesome. Yep. Very soon. We're at 200 meters. Well, yeah.
10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes.
Switch to the launch and recover salvo after the next Niskin.
Yeah, we wait till the next Niskin.
Yes, go ahead. Fantastic, thank you.
Oh, here they come.
The squiddening begins.
Yep.
Oh, there's fish.
Fish, fish, fish.
We just gotta see that shark now. I really was anticipating seeing more oceanic whitetips.
I haven't seen any.
I know, we haven't seen any.
I don't think Max has seen a shark yet, and that was like...
No, Max has been watching every night.
I just see him out there on the bench,
I
like
feel
looking
so
for a
bad.
shark, and I'm like, oh, Max.
I told him that we most definitely will have sharks.
That is an error.
Yeah,
No.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I made that mistake early in my career of telling a production company, we'll definitely see sea otters, because it's like the densest population of sea otters.
Right.
Not a single sea otter. And I was like, what has happened? And then as soon as the production company left,
Then they're all there.
they were all
Oh,
there, and I was like, you're joking me? So as soon as Max leaves,
Oh no.
the sharks are coming in. He did see a shark while snorkeling, though,
Yeah.
and a crocodile.
Yeah, he did get to see the crocodile.
Yeah, so I don't actually feel bad for him.
So
if
he
I'm honest.
says.
So he says, yeah.
Yeah, I would
Alright,
be
Niskin
very scared
triggered.
to see.
Niskin.
Great,
Excellent.
thank you.
Thank you. Oh. Oh.
So many squids.
All right.
Go ahead,
Change-
Bridge.
Change salvo.
Yep, on
Perfect
recovery.
timing. We are almost at 50 meters.
All right, let me change my camera angle just to make sure.
The squids are just so happy. I've been on deck for the last few recoveries.
Alright.
It's fun to see it in here.
Ready to go, I'll stop on the winch.
54 meters. All right, I'll stop at 50 meters.
I'll stop, roger.
Deck control, we are all stop at 50 meters.
Fishies!
Oh, they got a lot of people down there in the hangar.
Yeah.
It's a party, safety party.
Oh, we're gonna watch them do the safety chant dance. Chant.
Look at all the fish by the tether.
So many fish. Oh, hey.
Hello.
I love that.
Oh, look at all the squid just.
Yeah, they go shoo.
Renato Crane.
Yeah, there's a lot of people today.
I think they've got at least one trainee
Oh yeah.
who's probably shadowing. Noelle's down there. I think this is her first time on deck, or only second.
And then our SCF's down there. And then Amber's taking photos. So I guess that's like 3 extras, isn't it?
Yep. When you're washing down the vehicle, are you finding any of this ink stuck on the vehicle?
Not so far.
Bridge, back deck. Permission to go ahead and recover the ROVs.
Charlie to recover ROVs.
Thank you, Captain.
Ooh. One time I was working with a different vehicle and a hagfish ended up
Oh no.
a fish was stuck in with push cores, and we tried like getting it out, but it ended up wedging itself farther into the porch, and eventually the hagfish could all smell it and just swarmed the vehicle and then went into thrusters, which caused more hagfish to come, and it was a massacre. And when it came on deck, there was like gills stuck in the slime that looked like eyelashes, you know, like big eyelashes, but they were like bright pink. It was all over, just like
that sounds horrendous.
Slimed the whole vehicle. It was really gnarly.
That sounds terrible.
And those do not smell good at all.
Oh no. I love the school of fish you've got though.
I know.
There was some video where somebody had poached hagfish and had a bunch of hagfish illegally in a cooler in the trunk of their car, and then got rear-ended.
Oh
And
no.
like the whole trunk of the car just exploded in slime, and the picture of this wrecked car with just 100 gallons of slime spilling out of the wrecked car.
Oh no. That's a total loss right there.
Yeah.
What depth are we at?
35 meters.
Okay.
Couple little bluefish we got going on here.
The lack of surface sharks is really remarkable.
Control back deck. Have eyes on Hercules coming up in between the goalposts.
Copy, eyes on Herc between the goalposts.
Alright, turn the lights off. Disabling thrusters. Motor's getting a little warm. I wonder how warm the water is.
The
Well,
surface water?
Yeah.
Magically, we can tell you
It's
the
like-
answer to
I'll
that.
tell you exactly the answer.
Excellent.
It is
30 degrees Celsius.
30 and a half. Yep.
I was going to say like 82 degrees Fahrenheit.
leave the cameras on for a minute. I don't like it when they get all flickery.